Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Lofty N Scaler, where if I can build a layout, so can you. Just need to get started. So what we're going to talk about today, it's been a little while since I've had a video. I apologize, things have been kind of busy on my end, new job and all that. But I have a Christmas update. I haven't made much progress on the layout, but I'm going to show you what Mrs. N Scaler gave me for Christmas. So on my wish list, I gave Mrs. N Scaler several things which I thought would be really cool to have. Not a whole lot of stuff, but just a few minor things that would be really cool. One of which were some of these track painters. So these are these pens, and that's upside down. So I'll try to do it so you can see it, no glare on it. And I got they're made by Woodland Scenics. And one's steel rail, weathered tie, and rusty rail. So I'm going to use those to weather my tracks. I thought about using the airbrush, but I've never used an airbrush before, so I'm sure there's a learning curve on using it. I've got the whole setup. I bought it a couple years ago, and it's been in the box ever since, and I really want to use it, but two things. I'm in kind of an enclosed space up here in the loft. I've got a lot of carpet, so I don't know about overspray, if I need to worry about that so much. But anyway, I thought the pens were a good way to start. And I'm doing small areas, so it's not like I'm doing this whole ginormous, expansive track where I have to, paint it. Where these may become cumbersome, and it may be easier to work with the airbrush at that point. I don't know, but I'm going to use these for a while. So we'll see how these come out. The second thing I requested is I was using needle nose pliers to bend piano wire, and I've got a new idea for my switch motors that are embedded in the foam, which would require less accuracy as to where I put them, and they'll work on. I'll have a future video on it, but I needed some tools that I could bend a wire, and so she got me these two. These are sold by Micromark, and these are two little pliers. They have a curved tip in them, so I can easily bend the wire into a circle if I want. So that one is the big one, I think. No, that's the small one. So I can make a small loop with that, and then I can make a bigger loop with this one. And it has varying degrees of loops on both. So I can make smaller and bigger loops on some of these. So maybe out of focus. But anyway, I think they're about 12 bucks a piece on Micromark. I was really excited to get these. These are really, really very cool. So Mrs. N Scaler has so far done really, really well. And Mrs. N Scaler really puts up with a lot. So I want to thank her for getting me these. And then the big granddaddy, the thing that I really wanted the most, it was showing that it was being discontinued on Walthers, but I needed it for my coal mine, and that was this modern coal loader. So up just north of here in southern Indiana, by Princeton, Indiana, we've got some coal mines, and they use these type of coal loaders to load the trains, and the Norfolk and Southern and CSX, they run their coal trains up there, and then they just make this gigantic loop around, and it takes them about 14 hours to load a whole train, I think. But anyway, they use this type of loader. So that's going to go on the coal loader set. And other progress, I actually got my PC, the original PC that I had, that I told you was being sent off to the computer store. Well, it had a bad motherboard, and that's the second bad motherboard in it. As I recall, when I originally got it, it went bad. It was under warranty. They replaced the motherboard and they sent it back to me. And then this last time, once again, when I opened it up to try to fire it up, motherboard was dead. So I didn't get a BIOS or anything. I kind of figured it was a motherboard, because if it's a hard drive, usually you get the BIOS, but then it says can't find Windows, or you get the blue screen of death or something like that with Windows. When you don't get anything at all, it's typically a connection to the screen, maybe a loose cable. It's just not you can't see anything because of loose cable, but I didn't hear the hard drive going at all or anything. So, and I saw a flicker in the screen, so I was thinking motherboard. Cost me $37 to figure it out, but basically all I got out of it back was the 500 gig hard drive, and I told them to pitch the rest, so it was no good. And it wasn't worth buying a motherboard for. You can get a PC these days for $250, $300, and it would have cost more to replace the motherboard. So, but the good news is I do have another PC that I use for my photography and video production that I brought over here. It's a big, massive laptop. It's really a gaming laptop, but I use it for video production and for photography. And I hooked it up to the DigiKeys DR5000. Now, I've been having some issues with the DigiKeys. Now, I don't know if it's the DigiKeys or if it's the PC. I'm going to get it ironed out. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Iron Planet Hobbies, Ryan there, who has been phenomenal on the support. So, I mean, if you ever buy something from a store and, you know, they sell it to you, but then it's like, go check the forums for support. And that's not the way Iron Planet Hobbies is. Ryan and DigiKeys are really super, super on support. I've been sending him screenshots, and I think it's a PC issue. I don't think it's any problem with the DR5000. I'm thinking I'm having a driver issue with the PC, and it's just really with the setup software. I mean, I think it'll work without it, but I'm just having some issues with the PC. But, you know, talk about customer support. Ryan, I really appreciate your help, and I have never received as good a customer support from any other place besides you guys. I mean, really, it's phenomenal. So, appreciate it. Shout out to Ryan. Thanks. If you want to check out Ryan's channel, I'll put a link in the card above. So that is basically it. I do plan on trying to get some more time. I forgot I had to go to a wedding in Virginia. So I got to fly out tomorrow morning first thing for 3 days, and then I'll be back. And then I'm going to continue on with the layout. And the next things are to get the switches ironed out, to get them calibrated, the motors calibrated, to do my 2 loops. I have the reverse loop electronics I need for the 2 reverse loops on either end. And then once I get that ironed out and get a train just kind of making big loops, I'm going to start on scenery and doing some other things. So stay tuned, and I'll try to get more videos out as I can. I really appreciate your patience, and have a great rest of your day. Have a great New Year's, and we'll see you on the next video.